If you're eating dinner after 7 p.m., stop right now, because this one habit is often why your A1C won't move, even if you eat perfectly the rest of the day. Your last meal controls about 12 straight hours of blood sugar exposure. That's half your day where glucose is either staying high overnight or giving your body a chance to recover. And many seniors eat this meal at the wrong time with the wrong foods, which is why morning fasting glucose stays high and A1C keeps creeping up. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact dinner structure that clinical trials link to an A1C drop of about 0.6% in 12 weeks. Similar to what many medications achieve, but from one meal. I'll give you 4 components you must include, and the simple eating order that can cut post-meal spikes by around 30% or more. First, you need to understand what's happening overnight. A1C isn't a snapshot like a finger stick. It reflects how much glucose has been sticking to your red blood cells over the past 2 to 3 months. The more hours your blood sugar stays elevated, the higher your A1C rises. And the longest uninterrupted stretch of elevated blood sugar often happens overnight. You eat dinner, then you don't eat again for 12 to 14 hours. If your blood sugar spikes after dinner and stays high all night, that's hours of glucose exposure every single day. It gets worse because your body handles glucose worse in the evening. Insulin sensitivity drops. Your pancreas tends to release less insulin at night, and sleep hormones can suppress insulin release further. If you include carbohydrates at dinner, keep them small, choose low glycemic options and eat them last. Bread, rice, pasta, and potatoes spike fast, so choose sweet potato instead of white potato, quinoa or barley instead of white rice, beans or lentils instead of bread. If you cook rice or potatoes, cool them in the fridge and reheat them later. It can reduce the glucose rise. But if you want A1C to drop faster, keep dinner lower carb and save more carbs for earlier in the day. If you do eat carbs at dinner, keep it to a fist-sized portion and eat them last. Next, vegetables should cover at least half your plate. Not starchy vegetables. Use leafy greens and non-starchy options like spinach, kale, arugula, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, zucchini, eggplant, peppers, asparagus, and green beans. Fiber slows glucose absorption and reduces spikes. The goal is not a tiny side salad. Aim for at least 2 cups of non-starchy vegetables at dinner. More is better, and if you tolerate raw vegetables, a big salad can help even more. After that, add healthy fats, mostly unsaturated fats. Fats slow digestion and can blunt glucose spikes. Use extra virgin olive oil over vegetables, half an avocado, a small handful of nuts, chia or ground flax on a salad, or fatty fish. Keep portions reasonable because fats are calorie-dense. 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil, half an avocado, or a small handful of nuts is enough. And remember, fats help most when they're part of the meal before the carbs arrive. Most important, start dinner with high-quality protein and eat it first. Aim for about 30 to 40 grams if you can, and eat the protein before anything else. Studies show that eating protein and vegetables before carbohydrates lowers post-meal glucose and insulin compared to eating the same foods in a different order. Protein slows gastric emptying, so glucose enters your bloodstream more gradually, and it also improves fullness, so you're less likely to snack later. Good dinner proteins include salmon or other fish, chicken or turkey, eggs, legumes like lentils or chickpeas, and beef in moderation. Aim for a palm-sized portion, roughly 4 to 6 ounces. If you can't do 30 to 40 grams at first, start with 20 and build up. The key is that protein hits your stomach before carbohydrates do. Now, even with the perfect meal, common mistakes can cancel the benefit. Sweet drinks with dinner, juice, soda, sweet tea, and smoothies spike fast and bypass the protections you're trying to build. Stick to water, unsweetened tea, black coffee, or sparkling water with lemon. Eating too late matters because glucose control gets worse as the night goes on, and late meals can disrupt sleep, which worsens insulin resistance the next day. Ideally, finish dinner at least 3 hours before bed. If you must eat late, keep it very low carb, protein plus vegetables. Fruit immediately after dinner can also cause problems. Fruit is better than cake, but timing matters. If you want fruit, have it later, at least 2 hours after dinner, or choose lower sugar options like berries earlier in the day. And skipping movement after dinner is a big one. A simple 10 to 15 minute walk after eating can lower post-meal glucose because working muscles pull glucose from the blood. If you can't walk, stay upright and do light movement, standing, dishes, easy stretching. Just don't sit or lie down immediately. One important note, do not stop diabetes medication without your doctor. The right approach is to follow this dinner structure consistently, track fasting glucose daily, then bring your log to your clinician and discuss whether medication adjustments are appropriate. Here's the simple protocol you can start tonight. Finish dinner by 7 p.m. if possible, or at least 3 hours before bed. Protein first, then vegetables. Include a small amount of healthy fat and keep carbs small and last, or skip them. Drink only unsweetened beverages. Walk 10 to 15 minutes after dinner. Track your fasting glucose for 7 days. Repeat 5 to 6 nights per week. You don't need perfection, you need consistency. Tell me, which mistake has been holding you back? Eating too late, sweet drinks, carbs first, or skipping the walk?